Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Crimson Pharaoh. Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about secondary awakening units. I had someone comment and ask how I do it so fast, and I'm sure that's something that a lot of early game players ask. But it's not really about me doing it fast. It's like you get 12 energy a day. Just so you know, you get one dimensional energy every 2 hours. So you get 12 every day. And so I just let that build up personally until I get to like 90. I'd never let it cap at 100. You never want to be wasting any of this. It's super precious. You need it for skill ups, or when you get past any second awakenings you want to do in the skill ups for them. That's when you're hitting the bosses in the dimensional hole, and you're getting ancient runes. It's just an extra chance at runes, really, is what it becomes later on in the game. But definitely don't waste any of this at all. It's very valuable. Currently, I'm actually working on doing my first skill up for my Spectre here. So Spectre takes 5 skill ups, and they're all useful. Most people just talk about secondary awakening units and doing that, but I think it's really important to skill them up. And don't use Devilmon. Like the energy is always coming back. You're getting 12 a day. I do stage 4. I think it takes 110 runs. I think it takes 110 runs. This is like 8 runs here. 110, 105 maybe? 110? I'm going to say 110 runs. I could be wrong, but it's pretty close to that. Just 110 energy. That'll take 10 days to get the energy back. And you just keep 9-10 days. You just keep going through it. Stage 4 is definitely not too hard for the Griffin. I know for other things it's a lot harder, but the Griffin and the Inugami, I figure that's where most people are starting. It's really hard to start with a Pixie because you need the same element. You need 3 other units of the same element. In early game, you've got a variety of things. So for me, I've got 2 water, 1 wind, 2 dark. I got like 4 lights. I've got 3 fires I'm working on. And it's not like they fill every role. Like, if I were to throw the Fire Pixie in with these 3, like if I threw Tattoo in with these 3, I wouldn't be able to do a high stage. I've got no healer. I would have to just straight out cleave. Like, there's a ton of attack bar push with Vertiheal and attack bar push back with Spectra and damage here with Rauk and stuff like that. But I mean, the ad gets 1 hit in, and you could lose a member of the team. One team member could just be gone completely. So that's what you have to look at with certain dungeons and stuff like that early on in the game. I'll just go and show you guys the rule sets here. So this one, Kazran, only default 4-star or lower monsters can enter. So that's where you're going here. You've got Bernards. You've got Griffins, Inugamis, and Warbears. Warbears are okay. The fire one is good. The dark one is good. The wind one is good. But I think these are more important. Getting your Crow, your Rauk, your Belladion, your Bernard even. Maybe if you want to do a Bernard second awakening, you don't have to. Or your Spectre is obviously very good. So that stuff's more important. And you get to Fran, and everyone farms Lauren now. And Lapis is free, obviously. So you've got a solid team there. That's what I run. I just do stage 4. Stage 5 is too hard. And I'm like 30 days in. So if you can get to stage 4, 30 days into, like I think you're doing pretty well, personally. This one has only the monsters of the same attribute can enter. So this is where this gets hard. I didn't realize the high elementals are in here. That's going to be hard for me to do a Kali now, because I want to do a fire one, and obviously I don't have the fire units for it, so that could get pretty weird. I want to do a Casey as well. I'll go over some of those later as to why I want to do them, but that's for that one. Lumel, sum of monster default grade. So werewolves, martial cats, there are some very good ones in here. Really solid werewolves and martial cats in here. Okay, I can't show the setup, but I assume that there's just a certain number of stars you can hit, and then you have to be done with that. Calderon, monsters of each type. So this one is where you have to have an attack type monster, an HP type monster, a defense type monster, and a support type. This is definitely not that hard, especially if you have to use Youngfei. The Fire Panda, very solid for their cleanses, does a bunch of debuffs. So if you can get the Fire Panda fusion done before you do that, that is definitely a good thing to do. So yeah. Anyway, the runs are about 2 minutes, 2:45, I think. I think it's about a 2:30 average, about a 2-minute and 30-second average. So if you figure you're doing like what four runs every 10 minutes, so what is that? 4 times 6, you're doing 24 runs an hour. So to go through 100, you're gonna have to sit here for 4 hours. So it's about 4.5, 5. It's about 4 to 5 hours of grinding for one skill up. But you only get one Devilmon a week. So doing the skill ups is important, and just getting the stuff done is important. So we'll check out the monsters now. Some really good ones. Rauk, obviously every single Inugami they're all very good. Even the wind one. This thing can hit for really disgusting damage. I mean, like, this, like, really, really disgusting damage this thing can hit for. Removes all beneficial effects. The damage also increases. So that's all proportionate to defense as well, I believe. So, you can build this thing tanky, and it'll do better in Giants too. Like, this is an actual Giants unit that you can use, and it'll do a bunch of damage. So he's pretty good. But Rauk, the other 4 are typically just known as better. Like, these 2 are probably the weakest ones currently. Like, Bella's more of an extra healer for Guild Wars, and this one's more of like, you could use it for Giants or something. But Crow, obviously solid for Rifts. Rauk, very solid for Rifts as well. Dungeons for both of them. This is super meta to build 3 of these for Trikaru teams, and just shatter dungeons there. So Inugamis are very solid choices. Spectre, I've gone over Spectre before. Really, really good. Very solid choice. Khan, people build these for like world boss and stuff and do that. Bernard is okay. Shaman's great for a necro team. And Varus, I know the Japanese server, I think it was, used to use him a lot in Arena. I don't know if he's good anymore. Kali's phenomenal. Kali, even before the Second Awakening, people were using Kali for giant Dragons runs, and I actually intend to build a Kali for a Dragons team on this account. The rest of them are not like that insane. Like Shren has typically been seen as pretty good. Ignores defense. You don't have a conflicting third skill either, so it's just going to be using the ignore defense skill as many times as possible. So, and it's neutral damage too. So the high elementals, Kali's definitely solid. Everyone's just going to say Lulu here for these. Lala is actually really good. This is a strip on the first skill and increases health of an ally or whatever. This one does HP recovery and removes harmful effects. This is a team-wide. All harmful effects are removed team-wide, and then it attacks with skill 1 based on the number of debuffs taken off, up to 5 times. So this thing could be like legitimately in a Dragons team, healing and cleansing, and then taking the immunity off. Like if the boss gets the immunity, you hit this, you have dots on your team, it's coming off, like no matter what, it's coming off. It's a 75% chance even to take it off, and it's just, you're going to be hitting it constantly. So definitely actually really solid for Dragons. Yeah. Lulu is, I don't think I need to go over Lulu, just solid. And then I don't know too much about the rest of them. I know some people use Cha-Cha and Friends, and that seems to work out well for them. But I would not be the guy to ask about that. The werewolves are pretty good. Vigor's very solid. HP recovery increases attack speed and makes all your allies more survivable by... They get a buff where they can't be crit on as often. It's like a self-glancing skill almost, but it's not a glance, it just prevents crits. I don't know too much about him, or I don't know too much about the fire or the wind one, but the light one is pretty good. Same HP recovery thing and a bunch of damage here. And Joolton is pretty filthy, just a ton of HP. It's got a guild leader skill, some dots and HP disturbing and stunning and different things. So Joolton can be super filthy, and then when he gets hit with a critical hit, he inflicts damage according to his max HP to enemies. So yeah, very solid. The martial cats are pretty much all good. I mean, I don't know much about the fire or the light one, but water one is pretty good. Obviously very high base speed along with Naomi here and with Miho. These are the... I think you hear more about these ones because their attack speed is so much higher. And Miho is crazy annoying with the passive, but Naomi's good for Giants early game and stuff, so yeah. Soth, very good. I don't know anything about Hiva. These two are really good for TOA. Hemos is very good for TOA. Soth is obviously in Giants teams. And then Fairies, I don't know anything about. Warbears, he's okay. He's okay. And then he's called Ramagod for a reason. Just as much HP as you can get on him, and he'll do something for you. Obviously, Giants unit. Don't know anything about these ones. And then Casey's actually very interesting. Attacks all enemies, decreasing their attack speed and defense for 2 turns. I think I might actually build this for a cleave team in Arena, because I didn't know where I was going to get a defense break on all enemies. I had no idea where that was going to come from for a cleave team, and I found it here. And then this thing can block beneficial effects. Glancing. So this is the exciting skill for me. The AoE decreased defenses. That looks very fun for me. And then yeah, I think that's all of them. Obviously, I think Spectre is great. I think all the Amigamis are great. Some of the werewolves are phenomenal. But yeah, whatever you guys need to build, you just get in there and build it, and it'll all be good. It'll all work out. It just takes time. It's all about time. Again, it's about 2.5 minutes for me for every run on average, and yeah, just get it done. Don't let it go to 100 ever, and you'll be on your way. Whether it's skill ups or your first 2A or whatever you're doing, it'll all work out. Just do the highest stage you can, regardless of time. Like, take the time to do it, because the energy is precious. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all the support, and I'll see everyone in the next video.